Happy Friday, beautiful souls. I'm Ananda, the Galactic Mystic, and this is your Navigational Astrology Forecast for the weekend, September 17th, 18th, and 19th. Okay, my friends, do you have any fun plans for the weekend? It's true that I am technically on my honeymoon, but we are doing a stay honeymoon. We are doing some fun things locally. We're lucky enough to live in a beautiful area, and there are plenty of touristy things here that we have not yet done, even though we've lived here for decades. So tonight we are planning to go see the Brown Mountain Lights, which are a very mysterious anomaly. Look it up, Google Brown Mountain Lights if you're interested, and I'll let you know if we happen to actually see them. It's a pretty cool thing. It's something I've always wanted to do. Okay, so let's talk about the astrological forecast and how we can use it to navigate the leading edge of consciousness, because we want to stay growing, don't we? We want to know how to navigate the waters of this world that we live in. So the sun is in Virgo, 24 degrees on Friday, closing in on those last few mastery degrees. We have an Aquarius moon, so we have a little bit of an emotional cool off, which is actually really lovely sometimes. I think it's really lovely right now. On Friday, the major arcana card of the day is the Fool. And this is the card of Uranus. I love the Fool card. It is one of my favorite energies ever. This is about a brand new adventure. It's both the 22 and the 0. It's the alpha and omega, the beginning and the end. It's a trust fall. It's going out on your own path. It's leaving things behind that no longer serve you. It's about moving forward only with a handful of loyal companions, if that. Sometimes when we go out on our own, we don't have a crowd coming with us, right? Sometimes we are very, very alone when we begin a new leg of our journey. And the gibbous moon phase that we are in now, which we will be in until the full moon on the 20th, this is actually a very complementary energy to this full card. The gibbous moon phase is about kind of taking a pause and looking. It's like, okay, you're going forward. I'm going to take a moment and I'm going to turn around and I'm going to look at everything that got me here, and I'm going to analyze it, perfect it, and do some weeding. I'm going to weed out what I no longer need for the culmination of this journey, which in lunar phase metaphor is the full moon. Mars is still very, very much conjunct the supergalactic center. Excuse me. And I really want to talk with you about this for a moment, because yesterday I talked about how it can really bring up anger and frustration, and especially with this sesquiquadrate with Uranus. And let me tell you, I was really feeling that energy a couple days ago was very, very, very loud for me. But today I want to talk to you a little bit about some of how you can use this energy, the positive aspects of this. And the thing that kept coming to me is this. There are people who will judge you for continuing to try to achieve something that you have failed at multiple times. And that is their problem. that is their projection onto you about their own fears of failure and their own, inability to have self-compassion and to trust that they can have what they want as long as they keep trying. Mars conjunct the supergalactic center is a reservoir of galactic jet fuel that you can choose or not choose to use for that self-accomplishment of that goal setting, that where do you need to be fearless so you can have what you want. It's one thing to say we want what we want, and it's another thing to go for it fearlessly. And maybe not even fearlessly. We don't necessarily have to be without fear. We just have to have the fortitude to keep going, even if we are afraid. So that is today's message from Mars, brought to you from Mars conjunct the supergalactic center. Martian wisdom. The seat, and honestly, the supergalactic center is a seat of wisdom. It is a stream of galactic consciousness and wisdom that can really be used wisely when it is in alignments like this. It can also be used unwisely, but we get to choose. On Saturday, September 18th, it's my birthday. And it's actually my solar return. Sometimes our solar returns are not actually our birthdays, but this year mine actually falls on my birthday. So on this day, the moon will still be in Aquarius, will be conjunct Jupiter, which is just such a beautiful energy. Even with the Aquarius moon and the emotional cool off, that cool off is really useful when we are doing this analyzing and weeding that we need to do before we turn back around and keep going forward. So conjunct Jupiter, this could really have it could give us an unattached, wide lens view that we can consciously use for this process. The Venus-Saturn square is very tight this weekend, so we're still aware of what isn't serving us in our relationships. And this is all relationships. This is our family relationships, friendships, jobs, our relationships with substances, our relationships with sleep, our relationship with, our community, all relationships. Venus is our love nature and our relating nature to everything, our creative nature. And she is in Scorpio, and she is loyal and deep and has much to offer at her highest energetic expression. If she goes into the depths of this, of, being hurt and brooding and being moody, if you feel that, if you start feeling broody and moody, take a moment to think about why. Why are you feeling that way? And then use this square with Saturn to make some choices, all encapsulated in this, everything I've been talking about today. The major arcana card for Saturday is the Hierophant. So there may be some things you need to think about when it comes to larger, there may be some things to consider when it comes to traditional setups in our world. The Hierophant represents the Pope, which is, of course, the Catholic Church is a huge traditional organization. So it's interesting that we're going from the Fool, which is, going out on your own path, being a free spirit, allowing the taking steps before you even know where your feet are going to land, but yet somehow the path just comes up to meet you. That's the Fool. But then we're jumping right into the Hierophant, which is traditional, larger bodies of, larger organizational bodies, following tradition, following, following the path of, obedience or maybe disobedience, right? It's also about education, getting schooled, schooling others, learning, healing, and blessings, or seeking advice and counsel. On Sunday, September 19th, the sun is getting closer to this conjunction with Mars, which will also be that three-way conjunction with Mercury in early October. That's really something to look at. Please take a look at that video that I did on Sunday. The moon is now in Pisces. So it's interesting to think of how energy moves from day to day, the storyline that we are, the storyline that's available. This is, of course, the background energy. We all individually have our own, with our own natal charts, our progressed charts, our draconic charts, all of that, we have our own path. But this collective energy is the background. It's the waters we're sailing our ship on. And so we have, there are times where we may be really tapped into the collective energy, and other times that we're more tapped into our own individual energy. So the moon in Pisces, we might be tapping into our own subconscious, our own unconscious processes. We may be feeling a little like we want to escape. We want to, spend some time in our fantasy world, and honestly, do that. There's a time and a place for everything. And considering, the journey that this weekend is taking us on, I think taking a day to indulge into just to kind of check out a little bit is perfectly healthy, fine, and very balancing. Now, Venus is moving into an opposition with Uranus. So this pause that we're taking with the Pisces moon is going to be very needed, because all that's been going on, all this weeding, analyzing, perfecting that we've been doing in the Gibbous moon phase, all of this Mars conjunct the supergalactic center energy, all this Venus square Saturn energy is leading up to this Venus Uranus opposition. So this is a collective energy that is available to use, where you can find yourself perhaps making some abrupt changes. They may not be abrupt to you, but other people may observe them and experience them as being abrupt. On the other hand, you could be experiencing someone else's choices and behaviors and whatnot as being abrupt. This is a freedom-seeking energy, I'm doing what's right for me energy, and damn it, that's good. Honestly, we all need to do what's right for us. So Venus opposing Uranus is a beautiful energy in that respect. Even though it may be uncomfortable, it is uncomfortable to do things that other people experience as uncomfortable. But, you got to look out for yourself, because ultimately it's you, baby. It's you looking out for you. The sun is in a beautiful trine with Pluto all weekend. And this will give you a very deep belief in yourself. You will become aware of your ability to survive any change, to emerge victoriously from any difficulty, anything that's going on. There is this beautiful trine to support you. This is an intense, strong-willed energy. And if you are going to take the fool's journey and you are going to do what's right for you, you're going to need that. I'm going to share the chart with you so you can see what I see. So this is the chart for Sunday. The tarot trump for Sunday is the Devil. And so in perfect energetic compatibility with everything I've been talking about for this weekend, the Devil brings us awareness of where we think we are not free, but actually are. All you've got to do is just slip the chains off. They're not even tight. They are only an illusion. This is about dropping toxic attachments to whatever's not serving you. It's literally just another way to say the same thing I've been saying about all of this collective energy. So I hope you have a fantastic weekend. Let me know how you are. Thank you for liking and subscribing and for being on this journey with me. Thank you for helping me build a community. It's a beautiful thing and we're going to need it. I'll see you soon.